Good morning and welcome back to video number 3. This is the video where we cover all the work that the real hardworking royal family is doing. Let's jump in, let's get there, let's go. We're going to start off with the final day of Royal Ascot 2024. The carriage came by and of course the king and the queen were in it, and that was the very first carriage of the day. I also wanted to throw in these fabulous photos of them the day before that because I just loved Camilla's blue hat. That was so styling, and we're going to touch on her style again in just a minute. Let's continue. In another carriage, we have Princess Beatrice, we have her fabulous husband, Edo Mosey, and we have Lord and Lady Frederick Windsor, also known as Sophie Winkleman. Now, of course, I love this picture of Beatrice. She looked fabulous. Upon arriving, the family did what they always do. They stood around, they spoke, they talked, they acted like, family. We've already discussed this in previous videos. You know, Harry can say this is an institution, but the truth is this is a family. So King Charles was, greeted by, the Windsors and Beatrice and Edo. And also spotted, as you can see, was Peter Phillips and his girlfriend, Harriet Sperling. Don't the two of them look just absolutely cozy together? Things seem to be going well in that regard. Now, on the day that you see Sophie up there, this was not the last day. This was the day before the last day, but I thought it was important because I love her hat. Absolutely adorable. And you guys know how much I love Beatrice and Edo. I believe they've had to pick a side, and it's pretty obvious they've come down on the side of the family and not Harry and Meghan. We also know that Charles gave out an award, but you know who else gave out an award? Beatrice. She presented the trophy for the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes. I mean, let's be honest, they had to make a choice, and it looks like they made a choice. Now, also spotted was Denoska Mowat, Timothy and Flora Vestenberg as well. They were on day 4. In case you are unaware of who they are the grandchildren of Princess Alexandra. As usual, a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us everything that everybody was wearing, including special jewelry, brooches, pins, etc., etc. You guys know how much I like this. Just makes it easier to just identify things that they're wearing. Now, people have come out talking about Camilla's style and her Royal Ascot dresses, and they're saying that she really seems to have hit her stride when it comes to style. She's always impeccably dressed, matching. She says the right things, she does the right things. She's becoming somewhat of a style icon in her own right, which I think is well deserved by her. Just my opinion. All right, let's move on. Sticking with Charles and Camilla, it has been confirmed that they're going to visit Australia and Samoa in October. However, they're going to be skipping New Zealand. That is also completely confirmed. That was made due to fears that the king, who has cancer, that it'll be too much for him. Okay? Now, another bit of information, Emperor, I hope I'm saying these right, Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako of Japan were greeted by His Excellency Hajime Hayashi, who's ambassador of Japan, as they arrived in the UK for their visit. It's being reported they landed at Stansted Airport. All right, let's move on to Princess Anne, who on the 22nd attended a service and reception of the Eric Liddell 100 in Edinburgh. And Anne was looking as lovely as she always does. All right, let's move on to Prince William. William turned 42 years old, and so to celebrate that on June 21st, Westminster Abbey rang their bells for him. Remember, this is the place where he married Catherine Middleton in 2011. They rang the bells at 1 p.m. Very interesting. The next thing that happened was Taylor Swift came to town. We're going to discuss that in just a minute. But the royal family decided to welcome her by the changing of the guard. They had them play Shake It Off. The changing of the guard outside Buckingham Palace. How cool is that? Love it. So for William's birthday, he decided to go to the Taylor Swift concert. He took his children with them. There were over 90,000 people. They were at the London Wembley Arena, and they were watching the singer's Euros tour from the VIP box. So what was William doing? William was dancing like nobody was watching, which is what you should do. Apparently, there are going to be 8 shows at Wembley Stadium before Taylor Swift moves on to whatever the next area is. So William was caught really shaking it off up in the booth with his children. Here's a video for you. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, he looks like he's the cool dad. So somebody walked around. There he is. He is just dancing like nobody is watching. Let's zoom in a little closer. Let's get just a little bit closer. Look at those dance moves. Now, that kind of reminds me of these dance moves. Do you guys remember this when Harry was there with the love of his life, Chelsea, and they were dancing and he turned around to see William shaking his thing? People are also comparing his moves to Louis's moves. That child's got some rhythm. Anyway, they were up in the VIP box. It looks to me like they had a fabulous birthday. I mean, at least these children get to go to concerts, unlike other people's children. You know exactly what I'm saying. And when the concert was over, they went back and got to meet Taylor Swift and her boyfriend. How many other kids get that? I mean, really. Now, these are fabulous headlines for the birthday, and I love that Taylor Swift basically had to pick a side in the middle of all this mess. But this is not the first time Williams met her, because back in 2013, he was dancing away and he was on stage with Taylor for an impromptu performance. For Centerpoint Charity, there was an event, and it's been confirmed that apparently Prince George, Charlotte, and Louis are all Swifties. This is also, by the way, the very first time that Taylor and her man went public on Instagram, so it was a really big deal. You know, I showed you guys before that the Beckhams have broken off with Harry and Meghan. We know that Gwyneth Paltrow really has just put up a comment. She's a big Catherine supporter. And we know that Taylor was rejected Meghan Markle's invitation to go on Archetypes, but she was invited, and but handwritten note and all, and she was like, no, thank you. Anyway, William was seen leaving the concert. Now, guess who else was at the concert? That's right, fresh from the Pink concert, Zara and Mike Tinder were there because they are Swifties. I love Mike in pink. I love that he's man enough to wear pink. You guys know exactly what I'm saying. By the way, my son, my oldest son, always said pink was a manly color, and he has no problem wearing it. I love that. There were some pictures taken with Pinkham right before the show started, and those were posted. I absolutely love the sequins. I believe Charlotte was also wearing a sequiny, sparkly top when she met Taylor Swift. I just love these pictures, and you guys know how much I love Mike and Zara. Now, everybody there seems to be having such a great time, in contrast to the last time Harry was at a concert, where he spent more time on his cell phone standing around than being paid to any attention by his wife. Yeah, he's living his best life. All right, everybody, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Now, if you're unable to find my videos, don't forget, just go straight to my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I post for my Patreon people. You'll find that down in the description box, along with the links to my Twitter, Gettr, Rumble, email, physical address, and Amazon wish list. If you've donated anything to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.